Hi everyone and welcome. Today I want to tell you how to start your own dog walking business. And the very first thing that I suggest doing is actually working for a dog walking company, which may seem kind of backwards because you do want to eventually start your own business, but this is really good because then you can kind of learn the ropes, see how they're operating their business. You can take some of those helpful tips and use it for your own business. And also it helps you to decide if this is actually something that you want to do. Dog walking is a lot harder than what people think, so it's really good to start with a company because then you're guaranteed to have some clients in the beginning so you can kind of learn the ropes and see what you need to do in order to make your business successful. It is really important to note that for the first month or two, you are going to be adjusting to dog walking. So your body is going to be probably, unless you walk a lot, it's not going to be used to walking for 8 hours a day. So there is going to be an adjustment period, so don't just write off the whole dog walking thing after about 2 weeks. Once you've decided that you do want to start a dog walking business, the first thing that you have to do is get insurance. So there are a ton of different insurance companies and insurance plans depending on what it is that you're doing. So if you're dog sitting, dog walking, dog training, there's different packages that you can buy. This is really, really beneficial. So most of the time you'll pay a monthly fee in order to have this insurance, which may seem like a lot in the beginning when you don't really have a lot of clients, you're not making a lot of money, but if something goes wrong, you're gonna wish that you had this insurance, because insurance will cover anything from your dog gets hurt while with you, or you get hurt, or somebody else on the street gets hurt. It's really gonna save your ass in the long run. So also a lot of clients, they don't take you seriously if you don't have insurance. So that's the very first thing that you need to do. It's also a good idea to get a criminal check, a criminal background check. That way you can give that to the clients because you are going to be entering their home. A lot of times they will not be home while you're entering it, so they do want to feel more comfortable knowing that someone who is safe and reliable is coming into their home. So I suggest getting those two things. Next, decide if you want this to be your full-time job or just a part-time one, because that's really going to influence how many dogs you end up walking in the long run. You can also choose to walk dogs just single dogs, just one dog on a walk, or you can do group walks, which obviously makes you more money, but not every single dog can go on those group walks. So decide how you want to set up your business, what kind of services you want to offer to your clients as well. Next, you can make a welcome package for any new clients. So this can include a record of your insurance, a record of your criminal check. It can also have, if you've done pet first aid, you can put a record of that in just so everyone can feel really happy knowing what they're getting into. Also, a service agreement is a really good idea that you can get them to sign. So in the service agreement, it'll say things like, you must cancel with this amount of time beforehand, otherwise you will be charged, etc. Just anything just so that everyone is on the same page. And then it's a really good idea to keep all of your clients in separate folders, so you can just keep everything organized. Pick a service area that you are gonna walk in. So don't stretch yourself too thin by trying to cover a huge area, because it is difficult to travel between the houses, and you have to consider that when you are going to pick up all your dogs, especially if you start getting really busy. There's gonna be some travel time in between the houses. So pick a certain area and commit to it. Like pick a street and another street and make it a cutoff there, because it can get really stressful if you have to keep traveling really far distances. I suggest also having a separate email for your business. That just keeps everything more organized so that people aren't just sending things to your personal account. You can also start a website if you want. That's just going to help you seem much more professional and help people to find you. If you don't really want to set up a whole entire website, you can do a Facebook page. This is really helpful. And I also suggest posting on there quite often. So get in that service agreement that I mentioned before, get permission to use photos and videos of the dogs if they're okay with that. They don't have to say yes by all means, and post as often as you can, just so that clients can see what their dog is up to in the day. It helps people to feel really safe and secure knowing that their dog is really happy. Word of mouth is going to be the biggest way that you get clients. So make some business cards or some flyers in order to give out to people. Also tell them to tell their friends. Like I said, word of mouth is going to be the biggest way that you get business. I know some people that they'll get branded t-shirts made so that everyone can just see right away that they're a dog walker. That's a really good option, but it can also be really bad. So it can be good because people see you and they see the dogs having fun, but it can be bad in case something's going wrong in the day, then people also, they know exactly who you are because of your t-shirts. So it's up to you whether you do that or not, but definitely setting up flyers in your neighborhood. You can go to vet clinics and places like that and ask them to just put your flyer on their wall, because a lot of times people are waiting in a vet clinic, they don't know what else to do, so they read the boards there, and a lot of people will get your name and your phone number from that. So I definitely suggest going around, getting people to recommend you, friends and family, just let everybody know what it is that you're up to, and you'll get a lot of clients that way. Also, there are a lot of community groups, especially on Facebook. Facebook is really good for it. I mean, it's different depending on where you live, but there are gonna be Facebook groups where people will post if they need a dog walker, or a lot of dog walkers will post on there, and that's gonna be another good way of you connecting with the community and finding more clients, and also meeting other dog walkers, because it is a pretty tight-knit community, especially if you walk in the same area, so you are gonna get to know all the other dog walkers and other clients and other dogs that are in your area. Before you actually start walking, make sure that you have appropriate clothing. So it can get really cold, it can get really wet. Make sure that you invest in really good hiking boots. That is the biggest thing. You may get blisters on the first couple days, but you will be so thankful in the long run. Make sure that they're waterproof. If it is raining on a day, you're still gonna have to go out and walk the dog, so you need to be prepared for that. When you are getting new clients, make sure that you do a meet and greet with them beforehand, before their first day of walking. That way you can get any information from the owner, so you can get vet information, behavior information, that sort of thing, so that you're more prepared when you actually come on the day to walk them. In this meet and greet also, you're gonna need to get a key to their house, because they're not always gonna be home when you're walking. If they don't have a key, a lot of apartment buildings, they'll have fobs, so just make sure that you have a way of getting into their house, because there's nothing worse than a client saying that they're gonna be home and then they're not, and then you're delayed your entire day as you wait for them. So those are my main tips for starting a dog walking business. You're gonna learn so much as you go, and it's really, really important that you connect with other dog walkers and see how they're doing it, other dog walking businesses. You'll get a better idea of how you should operate your own business, and also just make sure that your dog is having a good time. Like, take care of them as though they're your own dogs, and you will get clients just like that. If people see that you are passionate about what it is that you're doing, they're gonna wanna get their dog to walk with you, because they know that you love it, they know that you're excited about it, and that happiness just spreads. So try to stay as positive as you can, even when you're wet and you're tired and your legs hurt. It's just keeping a smile on your face, remembering that you're walking a dog. It's like the best job in the world. So just always remember that, even when things are a little bit difficult, you have the best job in the world.